Hey folks, welcome to another VR video. I am a penguin again. Hopefully you can see my beaks and feet in VRChat for Game Vket. Now, it's been a while since I went to an actual video game conference, and this is as close as I'm going to get for right this minute. The world is starting to open back up though, but as you can see there's a Oh, look at this. Let's enjoy VR Sports World Battle Discs R3, easy to play, only throwing discs. Okay. So that's a game already being advertised at the front entrance here. There are lots of VR related items here. Looks like Fantasy Seed over here. Virtual Talk on YouTube. Another VTuber here, Kepia Star. A Google Play game you can play here. Looks kind of like the Little Witch Academia game. Now, I do not understand Japanese, which is the language that most of this is in. This is Game Vket 0, and it's made by the people that have made the virtual markets that I've gone to a few times now. I wanted to jump in and check this one out. This one has 10 separate worlds to exhibit indie games, some of them in VR, some of them just being exhibited in VR. It's pretty cool stuff. Archivist outside the cage, that sounds like a really cool one. And then VR Mummy Girl. There's all kinds of things here. This girl needs a girlfriend, I'm sorry, this girl needs a boyfriend, please capture her. Okay. And wow, there are tons and tons of billboards here for different things. This is crazy. And this is just the front entrance. Even Logitech and Red Bull getting in on the action. I noticed there's Red Bull here that you can pick up and take along with you. It gives you wings, right? And that's something that would also be realistic at a games conference or a games convention. So this is pretty legit so far. There's a Vket party coming up in a couple of days. I'm going to actually show you the venue for that as part of this, but not the actual party itself, because I'm actually filming this before Monday, so they can be posted on Monday. And I think that's about it for those folks. I can't tell what this person's saying, unfortunately, because they are speaking in another language, but I'm going to move forward. Wow. This is quite the entranceway. Looks like we've got a companion. Yes, welcome to Game Vket. I am Stan Nyalone. Nyan, okay. I'm going to show you through Game Vket. Okay, so keep walking, it says. It's an exhibition event for indie games. Each space has a button to pop up a web page in your browser from which you can play demos and purchase the games. Also, by pressing the button on me, oh, he can become the camera, or she, sorry. They can become the camera. Wow. Very shiny new area here. It says Game Vket again. And I guess this is even more of the entrance now. The sponsor organizations here, some of them I definitely recognize. We've got PlayStation, Google Play, Bandai Namco, Microsoft, Square Enix, Sega, HP. I mean, so many familiar. Bushi Road, TV Asahi, TV Tokyo. This is huge. Man, I know almost every one of these sponsors. It's crazy. So let's go over here. So it looks like in this area we've got a corporate booth for Microsoft, a corporate booth for Google Play, a streaming space, exhibitor world, I'm assuming portals to the exhibitor worlds, and then a conference space. And then here's how to use the Stan Nyalone. Wow, that's cool. So you click the left foot to put it on standby, and then it won't follow you again until you click on it again. Well, I'm gonna have it follow me because it looks pretty cool. So you can change the camera. Look. Hey, look, it's me. You can take a picture of me. That's pretty sweet. Hey there. I like that a lot. Alright. That is cool. Alright, so let's go up into the Google Play Indie Games Festival up here. Now, usually I hang out at GDC in March, and then I go to PAX in September. But there's tons of conferences that happen in between. Wow, they're playing Pong over here in the Microsoft booth. Alright. Here's an ad for Microsoft GameStack. So this is kind of like going to a game developer booth, because this is exactly how those booths work. There's a little, I think, interactive element in the corner over there. And then here we've got the conference space over here, which if I wasn't in a private world, this might be full of people right now. They've even got little pillows on the seats. That's cool. And then, of course, the conference speaker would be right here, looking out amongst the crowd. This is a well-built space. And all of the Vket markets have been really well-built spaces. There was a event at this venue, and it's unfortunately over at the time that I bring this up, but different DJs broadcasting. And this is the streamer space. Again, slightly different, but we've got a VR headset in the corner there. We've got a computer. Can we sit and chill it on this couch? So this here is just how to move the stand nigh alone around the venue. That's cool. So it's a controller activated point to move the RoboCat around. Alright, and now we'll go up into the virtual worlds. We've got different themed worlds. So we've got Graphite is RPG, Snow White is adventure horror, Crimson is VR rhythm games, and I'm assuming it's VR and rhythm games, not VR rhythm games exclusively. And then we've got Purple is action puzzle, Cobalt is adventure, Aquamarine is action fighting, Simulation and strategy is mint green, Viridian is action racing, Citrus is action, Marigold is shooting, and Magenta is VR RPG. And as you can see, they each cast their own light. That's really cool. This is so well done. So I think we'll start on the edge there with VR RPG with Magenta and see where this takes us. So here we are in Magenta, which again is the VR RPG section. We've got VR Hiki here. And it looks like we're inside of a big computer with magenta highlights. That's cool. So let's see who's here on this map. I'm not familiar with most of these studios. Again, it's an indie-centric conference, so this is pretty cool. Let's head this way. Tales of is, of course, a Bandai Namco product, so that's a pretty massive series. And what you'll see is at each of these booths, there's a spawn point to open a web page. In some cases, like there's these standees here, we could probably take a photo with them. Where's our cat? There it is. Okay, that's cool. And then this is just an ad for multiple Tales of games. And then up here, it says to click here. Oh wow, it's me fighting. That's cool. Let me try that again. Did a little action pose there. That's pretty cool. So some of the booths are going to be a little bit more interactive than others. Some are just there really to present a demo. This one I can't even say. Oh, good. There's English here. This is beautiful. So this is by Pegasus85, and it is a Mobile Club G Braver Burst. It's a giant robot RPG. Looks like it might be for mobile. 攻撃側、防御側でバッテリーを出し合い、その大きさだけで命中判定を行います。防御側が大きいバッテリーを出したので攻撃を回避しました。There it is, the robot brawl, just like it showed there. And I find myself wanting to use the stairs, even though I could probably just fall. It's kind of weird. Invictus Lost Soul. Another ad for Red Bull, and of course there's more refreshing Red Bull right there in case you need another energy drink, in case your energy is fading in the first area here. Now, of course, you can go to these in any area that you wish, in any order. You can skip them. Here's Trinity Relics. So far I haven't found any VR RPGs, just RPGs. This is another Android and Steam game. By Latin Games. It's an easy hack and slash RPG. I like easy hack and slash RPGs. So let's head up here and take a look at what we're dealing with. I don't want to spend too much time on the trailer content, so what I'm going to do is actually just look at the screenshots for each. So this looks similar to old school JRPGs. That's cool. This one was, again, Trinity Relics. This one's sort of in English. It's Monmusu Gladiator. Gladiator of Monster Girls. Does that say it's for the DS Lite? DL Site, maybe? And that looks even more old school RPG. And I love how you've got like the fuses and capacitors and things of that nature inside the computer here. This is The Use of Life. Okay, so let's move back a bit so we can see the top of the booth. Okay, so The Use of Life. It's almost like tailed, rabbited people. A combination of a rabbit and a person. The music sounds cool. Maybe we should go down and watch a little bit of the trailer. Oh no, they've already died. That's unfortunate. Okay, so this is our first VR title, Uncharted Paradise. It's a VR adventure sim. Your choice is yours and how you'll survive on this island and uncover its mysteries. It will support PC, VR, Oculus, and PC. It's by a company called Pieceworks. Now, if I want to learn more information, I can just click here. What this will do is open a web page on my PC that I can come back to later. That's how all of the Vkets have worked, and it's great, if I do say so myself. Because it gives you the opportunity to visit and then essentially revisit these places. So let's see here. Since this one's in VR, we'll watch the trailer for a few seconds. In development for PC, VR, Oculus, and PC. Play the demo now. I may just do that. Not right now, though. Something lost can always be found. Some are better lost forever. Gameplay Okay. So after waking up from a strange dream, you and your house are transported to an unknown island. Everything seems peaceful, but not everything is what it seems. Okay. So that is the true definition of a teaser right there. Let's see over here. So we've got Arrow Gunner. So it looks a little bit more interactive. It's a shooting game. It's a trial version of the VR game Arrow Gunner, where you fly a helicopter and challenge various missions. You can try 3 missions as a trial version. I'm assuming you have to pick up the little... Okay, so it wants us to do a T-pose here. Maybe it's the other way. Maybe we have to be on the spot. T-pose? I'm not sure how to activate this. And that's okay. I don't want to spend a lot of time. Oh, look! The cat even gives us information about each booth. That's cool. I'm not into guns anyway, so I think we're good moving forward. This is the GeForce or T-Force VRX graphics card here in this Intercomputer Game Festival here. And there's still more upstairs here. So this is the Smash contest. Udon, it says made with Udon. Udon is the programming language that VRChat is now made in. So this is an actual VRChat multiplayer title, it looks like, being exhibited. And those are different games that the same developer has made. And it looks like you're actually smashing something. You can move your own limbs. So that's great for people that have full body tracking, I guess. This booth even asks if you want English or Japanese. That's helpful. Welcome to the world of Pilot Cross. It's a in VR flying VR racing game. Trial version is available. You know what? I'm going to open the webpage for that too, because unlike flying and shooting, I do like flying itself. Pilot Cross here. So if this is anything like Pilot Wings, for example. Ooh, jetpacks, yes. Jetpacks are something that are in Pilot Wings. This actually shows some good promise. I'm going to actually check this out. It's got a built-in streaming camera. Commemorative photos? Okay. That's pretty cool. So this is like a spectator view, I guess. So you're flying with a jetpack. You can use your own model while you're flying around. That sounds pretty cool. So we will check that out at a later date. I don't know if I'll film any of these, of course. Here's a VR sandbox game. Primateer, maybe? Or... I think that sounds about right. Looks a little bit like... Minecraft. Oh, she just crafted an axe. Open world sandbox game. You can cut and bond any objects such as wood and stone freely to make tools and buildings. Cool, so she just made herself a little shelter. That's cool. Alright, let's go upstairs another level here. And we've got more sponsorship ads here. And it looks like a portal to the next world. They're pointing us to Marigold. Before we go to Marigold, we're going to see if there's anything else upstairs hidden away, tucked away for us. Of course there is. There's some Red Bull up here. So this gives us a good view of the computer downstairs with all the fans running. That's cool. Alright, so our second exhibit area here is Marigold, which is shooting games. And similar layout, except of course all of the lighting is now Marigold. This is pretty cool. And here, let's just see if I've heard of... Yeah, again, all very indie developers. Tokyo Mirai. They had a booth at Vket 5, I remember that. I don't want to play girls frontline or shoot guns. This is probably going to be one of those areas that I don't really hang out a lot in because I'm not into gun games, I'm not into shooters. This looks kind of cool though. Is this like a feudal Japan game? Japan's Warring States period samurai brick breaker. Brick breaker even. Okay. I think I could dig a samurai brick breaker game. I'm gonna go ahead and open web on this one. You can download it from the App Store, Google Play. Hope you enjoy it. Again, just the discovery of these things, like that Red Bull over there, is really cool. That, I guess, is constituted as a shooter, because you're shooting at the bricks. But that is not what I envision when I think of shooters. So the Osaka University Computer Club is here, and it's a multiple game exhibition made by their club members. So we'll go up and just take a look here. Their video's a little bit laggy. And this is probably a OUCC action RPG, The Adventure of Unity Chan. So there's a few games over here and another over here. This music, however, is probably copywritten, so I'm going to move away. And then this is Fluffy Witch's Journey, which is a forward-scrolling 3D rail shooter that you can play with one hand. And I think this is one of the ones that was advertised outside, because I saw this and it looked a little bit like Little Witch Academia. Yeah, that's what it is exactly. Cool. Because I have a game like that in VR already, I'm not really into another right now. This one is called Endless, or the developer is Endless Shirafu. And it's Akashic Verse Malicious Wake. Oh man, bullet hell shoot 'em up. Okay, what platform is this for? Steam and PC. And it's already out. Alright, cool. You don't have to be afraid of all of the devil elements because you have a superpowered ship. It looks kind of like Ikaruga, where you can kind of change your ship to avoid certain elements. Okay. And then Never Awake over here by Neotro. It's a twin stick shoot 'em up. So similar to Robotron or Smash TV, it looks like. This is interesting. Okay, cool. Neat. And then we've got Project 6 over here. Just for Windows PC. It's a shooting game. Looks like by one developer. And it looks like you're flying a mech, which is cool. I'm definitely into mech games. I'm actually considering featuring a in-development mech title in VR very soon. This is cool. Alright. There's so much to cover, though. I don't want to spend too much time at any of these booths. Infinos Gate. Just side-scrolling shmup again. By Picarine Software. And this one looks a little bit more like R-type vibes. Yeah, very much like R-type vibes. That's cool. And there's Infinos EXA as well over here. Might be the same game actually. Cool. So that's coming to, or that's out on Steam. Some of these titles are actually fairly old, but this is a great way to give them a spotlight. So Exophobia here, Kill, Upgrade, Explore, and Die. This is an FPS. Looks kind of Doom-like. Maybe some low poly art here. Yeah, this looks cool. Again, I'm not super into shooters though. It's almost like Compound actually, the VR title. And then this one's Virtual Gun, VR shooting game to enjoy in outer space. It's available for the Quest and Quest 2, and I think this is already on App Lab. I feel like I've seen this. I might be wrong though. Now again, this is a student project started. You shoot down obstacles floating in outer space within a time limit. Makes sense. Okay. And we'll go upstairs here. And I feel like the cat has changed colors. Didn't realize that. That's kind of cool. Oh, so this area didn't have quite as much. It wants us to go to Citrus next, so we will head that way. So Citrus is action games. Alright. So let's see if we've heard of any of these folks. I have not, but I have a feeling that this booth over here might be something I've heard of, because all of them so far have been. So Galacuro Gaming. No, it's actually not. So they have a pro gaming streamer group. And of course all of this is in Japanese, so I'm not 100% sure what I'm looking at. These are probably products that they sell. So they've got GeForce cards, monitors, computers, keyboards, mouse pads, and so forth. That makes sense. Cool. Alright, and then over here we've got Vulture. Unlimited Frontier. This is an action game again. Looks kind of like that mech game, but more 3D, beautiful sky style mech action game here. Head upstairs and see what we got. Just some pictures, really. Some of these booths have real bonuses as you're visiting, so that's why I wanted to check that out before we head downstairs. So this is action games again. The classifications have been interesting so far, because I didn't think a lot of the things that were called shooters were actually shooters. Magic Potion Millionaire here. It's a side-scrolling action game. Once a girl who became an apothecary to save her young brother. This is a roguelike. Okay. She had a potion shop, became locally famous, but now... got all your clients taken away by a character. I'm sorry, competitor out of nowhere. Interesting. So that's already available on Steam. Me and My Cat's Island. This one looks kind of Mario-esque. It is a definitive onigiri platformer. Price is yet undecided. It's gonna be on download site, not DS Lite, Eric. Duh. Cool. Alright, and then over here we've got Space Combat. I Can Still Fight. which looks like a space combat game. I mean, there's not much I can really say about that. And then over here we've got Reverse Story. Okay, another roguelite. I like the little portals that they made to show off the games in these areas. This is very cool. So we've got a PC Steam version, an iOS Android version. This one kind of looks like Cave Story, actually. I wonder if that's what they're going for. And that's been out for a while, and it's free to download, so that's one to check out. And then this is Geranium, which is an ARPG, side-scrolling action RPG. And the release date for this one is undecided. Let's go upstairs, and it looks like, almost looks a little bit like Celeste, actually. I don't know what the gameplay is. Oh wow, this is more of a 3D image than I expected. This is kind of cool looking. Neat. Alright. Very different than I expected when I saw the pictures. Now I've got Kimono Heroes. It's a side scroller for the Nintendo Switch. Cool. And this has been out for a little while as well. Nice furry heroes here. Those are cool looking. Alright, and then what's this one? Wonder Dawn. Ghost wandering in a pitch black world. You're supposed to get on the bus here? Looks more just like an exhibit. A Tower of Perpetuity. Another social roguelike. Social roguelike. That's interesting. I wonder how it's social. Looks cool. And this one is out on Steam. Okay. And the cat did change colors. It's purple now. And next, they want us to check out Viridian, which is action racing games. So here we are in Viridian. Again, we're going to check to see if we know any of these. I feel like Rocket Juice Games is one I've heard of. Potentially. We'll find out when we go to their booth and I either recognize or don't recognize Gamers Hideout over here. Ah, so they sell gaming wear and gaming chairs, and they have a Twitter campaign. They have a brand concept over here. Did you ever long for a hideout as a gamer? I have a gaming hideout. So I don't hide out when I play games at all. I'm in the middle of everything in my house. Jet Edge Turbo. Okay. It's a racing game with a blasting jet sword. A demo version is available. It's a new genre of dungeon racing. So we'll go up and take a look at some of the screenshots at least. That does look like you're racing in a dungeon. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to stick around for the trailer because we're already going pretty long in this video. Got RNA-1, Don't Stop the Twin World. Mobile AR-PG with AR tech. I don't know what the AR tech does. Okay, I'm not a big fan of anime girls like that, so gonna skip over here. Cinematic Furious Car Action, Drive Crazy. Is that a road? This kind of feels like A little bit of Burnout, a little bit of you suck at parking. I think that's how I would describe it. That's kind of cool. Target age over 12 years old. That's pretty specific. It's being made for Windows 10 platform. Okay. Heartforth Alicia, a Metroidvania RPG here. And this one is coming out in 2222. I'm assuming they meant 2022 and not 200 years from next year. And this definitely has the hallmarks of a Metroidvania title. That's cool. Another one you might want to look out for. Alright, and now we've got Neon Tail over here. Roller skating with superpowers. Is it like Jet Grind Radio, maybe? Kinda looks like it. Do we get to spray graffiti? This does actually look kinda cool. Definitely inspired by a couple of older titles, which is cool. Yeah, this is one I want to keep an eye on, and this is by Rocket Juice Games. Okay. And over here we've got Der Erlkoing, which is a single-player RPG. Came out last month. Looks fairly simplistic, but it's for mobile, so that makes sense. And upstairs here we've got Cat Ball, a cat action adventure. That does look like a cat to me. This looks almost like Super Monkey Ball, actually. Or some type of weird marble platformer. This is kind of neat. Alright. You can see where they're going with that. That's pretty cool. And that's available on smartphones and tablets. This is Fantasy Seed again? Meteor Wing Fantasy Seed. I think this was one of the ones that we saw down in the billboard area. Yeah, it is. So this one's got a 360-degree VR video for it. But it doesn't look like it's a VR game at all. Maybe it is. Maybe this is all footage of your in-game character. I don't know. It doesn't look like the movements of someone playing a VR title. Actually, let's go back and see. Does it say it's for VR? No, it just says Windows PC. Oh, sell games that you can play with your avatar. So you can use your VR avatar to play the game. That makes sense. Seek Blade, a dungeon exploration game for iOS or Android. And judging by their opening a chest over there, that definitely, this feels like one of those dungeon exploration games, like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, for example. Yeah, this actually looks pretty cool. Alright, now we'll head upstairs. I think that's it for this level. This feels like the, yeah. Just for fun, I'm gonna go upstairs again, just to see, before we go to Mint Green. We're gonna see more Red Bull up here? Yes, of course we are. So Mint Green here is simulation and strategy games. We've got G123 as a corporate booth. And again, all companies I've never heard of. but that's not a bad thing. G123 has a vivid army. It's exhibited at Vket 5. They have various games operated in G123. So I guess G123 is a platform. There's a tank game here. I feel like I played a similar game at Vket 5. That's cool. Alright. Again, not a huge fan of the anime girl lifestyle here. And there's no second booth here this time. There's a little bit less. It feels like each of these areas, some of them are jammed full of booths and some of them have a few less booths. This is one that has a few less. Sushi Alone. It's a sushi restaurant that you run by just one person. There's an iPhone and Android app here. Cool, cool. Alright. Tree Heaven. You grow seeds, eat, and be strong. A self-sufficient roguelike game by Beaver Development here. I like how the tree lowered. Okay. Alright. I kind of want to go up into the tree. Let's see what's upstairs, if there's anything. Just some screenshots. Okay. Alright. Looks pretty cool. Then over here we've got Takoyaki Soul, which is a puppet tower defense game. And this one's also for mobile devices. Okay. Then we've got Equivocal Survival War for PC. It's been out for several years. Looks like a lot of those war strategy titles that you see. And then over here we have Kododama Diary, which is a virtual pet simulation. And that does look like a Tamagotchi. In case you missed those, this one's available on the App Store and Google Play. It's free. It's in English or Japanese. You can go back to that nostalgic history when you killed your pet multiple times. Better than killing a real pet. Trolley Simulator with a 2D car crafting physics game. So you're trying to build cars to get through a specific path. So this one seems a bit like Bridge Constructor, actually. It's kind of cool. Now we've got Moku Miners, Minin' Stuff, a simple clicker game. Okay. Mine for ore while unlocking increasingly stranger tools. I get the gist. City Guardians over here is confronting despair. You're protecting the city, including 10 bosses. And again, this is a mobile platform title. Lots of mobile games here. Not a lot of VR, but that makes sense because indie gamers, especially small indie publishers and indie developers, there's really honestly not a lot of money in virtual reality. So I can understand why. They're recommending we go to Aquamarine next, so we'll jump there. Alright, so Aquamarine is action fighting. I see an HP booth over there. That's a company I recognize. And we've got Rearium. Can't say I've heard of the rest of these, but there's another one where you use your VR avatars. So I don't know if that's a VR title or if it's just a title where you use your VR avatars. That's interesting. So HP Japan's here. Looks like they have a Reverb G2 up here. I wonder if I can try it on. I can grab it. I can turn it around. It's very dark in the Reverb G2. I can say that. Cool. So yeah, your typical booth advertising for HP. I don't know who these other organizations are, but it's cool that they're here. Obsolete is a YouTube original series. Again, this is a limited booth area for this one. Only a few booths as opposed to many. I notice some of them have a lot more than others. This is fighting games, if I remember correctly. So we've got a shooting defense game. This is Black Knight. Let's go up and look at some of the screenshots. So this is definitely a mobile title based on the arrows on the screen. Okay, cool. And over here we've got Retake of a Wandering Star. Fight in a box and open the door. This is a PC action title where you have a tail and it looks like you're fighting like an arena battle where you fight the person and then move on to the next. Okay. Interesting kind of black and white aesthetics for that one. This is PDD, fighting action game. Looks like a very low poly Street Fighter style game. I'm okay with that. That sounds cool. Is this one for mobile as well? No, it's for Windows and Mac, and it's actually already available as well. Fight Crab, I've heard of. Like I said earlier, you can actually take pictures with some of these exhibits, so I could actually take a picture with the Fight Crab if I wanted to. And then Campfire, Black Cat Explores Mines, a puzzle action game. So Campfire must be like Kickstarter in some way. And there's the Fight of Animals Arena over here. It's an adorable fighting game. It's available on PC multiplayer. And you've got adorable animals up here fighting, of course. Kind of meme-tastic adorable fighting animals, actually. And this is VRChat. It needs to be uploaded to the VRoid hub. It's an innovative fighting game where you fight using your VR model. Now again, I don't think you're actually playing in VR. I think you're using your VR models in the beat 'em up style here. So that's kind of cool. And then Maiden and Spell here, Magical Girl Battler, which based on the screenshots looks like a magical girl battler. It's kind of cool, and that's for the Switch. And up here we've got Cobalt next. So here we are in Cobalt, the adventure game area. I have heard of none of these companies, so again, more discovery happening here. A few more booths, as you can see there's 2 here in this upper area again. This is a broadcast program where a voice actress' ultimate soul synchronous virtual avatar will serve as the MC. So this is going to be a collaboration booth for a future event, it looks like. And they're going to be streaming this basically like a VTuber, I guess. Okay. And this is the Starless Entrance Ceremony adventure game. Okay, so let's go over here. I have no idea what's going on here. The area was a world of total darkness. Deep, wide, continuous darkness, it seems. Okay. Is there more? Or just the darkness? I'm not sure I understand It looks more like a visual novel than anything else, I think. But that's okay. And I'm finding myself, as I walk through each of these expo areas, doing what I do at PAX or GDC, where I start out like super transfixed on things, and then eventually I end up just kind of glancing at the booths and running along. So Escape from the Labyrinth, a completely mobile game that combines a webtoon and a mystery solving game. That's interesting. So let's go over here and just take a look at the screenshot. It does kind of look like a webtoon a bit. Okay. That's an interesting concept. Release date is still undecided on that one. Hentai Regal Mystery, I think we can probably skip. It's a novel game, which means it's going to be a visual novel with some things that we probably shouldn't show. Subliminal Regions Axia Bridge. Looks like it's more Axia Bridge's Subliminal Region. It's an ADV for all ages. These are all kind of action visual novel style games. A Shared Illusion of the World's End. Mamiya. Another visual novel here, okay. And this is Eclipse Horde, 2D survival crafting. Looks like they have a pool table here. That's what you do in Eclipse Horde, is you you make pool tables, I guess? I don't know. This is interesting. I don't really know what I'm looking at here. But it's a 2D survival crafting title. Eclipse Horde. Let's head upstairs here. Rat Pack. Where will humanity go when it turns its hand to brain modification? It's a brain expansion ADV. And over here we've got Mystery Eater, a trilogy of epic detective novels about encounters, growing up, and forging a future. So again, this isn't really my genre, which is why I'm kind of skipping through these. June's Adventure I've actually seen on Oculus Quest, but it needs this game book to play it that I wasn't able to get. It is only available in Japanese. And while I've downloaded it for the Quest, without the game book, it's kind of useless. The game book doesn't seem to be available to play. So, I'm not sure how this works. But it is one I would like to check out, even though it's in Japanese, because it's unique that it requires the game book and the VR headset to be integrated in kind of a multiplayer adventure. So I do want to check that out if the developer sees this strangely sat through the past hour or so of my rambling. Please get in touch. And then Purple is next. Alright, purple is my favorite color, so I have a lot of hope for this one. It's the action puzzle game area. We've got Hobby Japan over there. It's kind of self-explanatory. Again, a bunch of companies I've not heard of, but we'll be discovering now. You can actually come up here and play a simple board game. So they've got Pandemic, Azul, and Dixit. You can actually come up here and play one of those games. That's pretty cool. Again, I'm playing in a private world, but if I was playing with others, I could go play a board game with them right now. That's kind of nice. Rain on Your Parade, and that's another thing that's integrated into PAX and other expos as well as tabletops. So that's cool that it's here. Rain on Your Parade is a slapstick comedy game where you play as a mischievous cloud determined to ruin everyone's day. That's interesting. So you're trying to rain on the People's Parade. That is a creative concept. That's cool. In fact, this is one that I'm going to open the webpage for sure. And this is available on PC, Switch, and Xbox, or it will be, actually it is, no, it is available now. Playbone in the Debugger Land. Use your head in an action puzzle game. This is for browsers. And you're using your skeleton head to solve puzzles. Okay, that's kind of cool. Then we have Behind the Frame, The Finest Scenery. An artistic game worth your while. Release date is undecided. So very good art style here, including some watercolors or at least painting. It's like, that's interesting. We've got Cube Clones by Yuji, a fantastic 3D puzzle that makes full use of clones. Press all the switches. Oh, so you're cloning the cubes to get... I see. That's an interesting concept. That one is also already available on Google Play or the App Store. Magical Tuning Dolls. So this is a sound-based puzzle game. Bring the world to life with sound, taste, and enjoy the space created by music. Okay. So this is newly out on PC. Some different cases here. It looks like those are probably different levels. Okay. Interesting. And up to the next booth here. Japanese Office Simulator. No More Works. It's a multi-retirement game for Android and iOS. Okay. I don't know if I want to get into that one, but that's cool. Magical Girl Critical, Another World and Useless Default Magic. Can she rely on only a stick and strength? Android and iOS. It's kind of like an action platformer where she's got just a stick. Okay. And over here we have the Old Memory that transcends time and space. An easy minigame collection of horror and gags. Not one of my things, really. Not really big on gags, not really big on horror, so... It's a browser game for PC and all smartphones. I've got Chasing Sheep, which is healing in the farm. Find a Dog and Sheep. It's for Android and iOS. And it is literally just sheep and dogs. I'm assuming you're the dog chasing the sheep. Yep. Yep. Very good description of that game title. That was Chasing Sheep. The further we go, the sillier the concepts get, and I love it, to be fair. Alright, so our next world we're going to go to is Crimson, which is the VR rhythm game area. Alright, so Crimson, the VR rhythm game area. TV Tokyo's over there. I've heard of them. Neos VR, I've heard of course. One of the few places you can use the mouth tracking, facial tracking features from HTC Vive. This is an esports program. It looks like one of the hosts is a VTuber. That's kind of cool. Ride the beats over here. Defeat the enemy with your beats. So this person's just making rhythm action games as a hobby. That's cool. Kind of has a Res-like feel to it. cool. And that's actually available for free. I'm going to actually go ahead and open web for this one. Because that one looks kind of cool and very lo-fi. Sometimes I like to just tune out and chill in a lo-fi style environment. Resin Arc I've actually played a bit of on the Quest. So this one is actually definitely a VR title. Unprecedented rhythm game that offers a different way to play on desktop and in VR. So you use both hand controllers to clap your hands and manipulate 6 strings as you play. So you're basically playing an instrument. We'll see for just a second here. See how she's dragging and tapping each of the strings and holding for the specific notes. It's a very cool dynamic on this style of action game. You've seen a lot of rhythm games at this point that play similar to this, especially on if you are in Japan, on the Japanese Quest store. There's probably 5 games similar to this, but this one's interesting because of the 6-string mechanic. And of course, the songs that they get and things of that nature definitely make a difference. A trading card game that can be played in VR. In Neos VR and VRChat, okay. And this is cross-universe, okay. I'm gonna move up here just to see what it's like to play this in VR. Okay, so this kind of reminds me of, there was a Square Enix title for Million Arthur. That was a trading card style game like this too, a bit. This looks a little bit better actually. And I'm assuming this is free to play in Neos, so that's very cool. Cross-universe. Interesting. And the monsters appear from the cards. This is Dark Labyrinth Nightmare Hell. And this is another VR title. So we got PC VR mode here, and again, looks like you can use your own avatars. So you can actually broadcast on virtual cast. Okay. Interesting. Okay. And then Lilith's Magic Circle, cute girl crossed with VR action. That's the whole description there. I guess the trailer doesn't want to play right now. Another Neos VR title, Light Up the Colors. It's a shooting VR game made entirely within VR except for the music. So they made the entire game in virtual reality. That's cool as well. I love the creativity that some of these developers use, and also the tools that people like VRChat and Neos are allowing people to use. You can build whole environments like this in VRChat or Neos and build games. And I've played some fantastic ports of games or tributes to games, like Rec Room has a fantastic version of Fall Guys, and there's an amazing Among Us here in VRChat. In fact, some of the VRChat games have now, one of the horror titles is now its own game. So combine world war toys, an easy job assembling war toys. So this is actually building models, it looks like. That's kind of cool. And this is already on App Lab, it looks like. Or it's coming to App Lab. Coming to App Lab and Steam. Mysterica. Realistic Magic Battle. Cool. So this one's been very VR focused. VR and rhythm games, of course. This is a VR robot action game. Chrono Drive. And it's coming to the Rift, Quest, and Quest 2. Okay. Cool. Next is Snow White, which is adventure and horror titles. Alright, so Snow White's adventure and horror titles. Got an Asobu booth. Again, a bunch of developers I've not heard of, but that's totally cool. They support indie game development. They have an indie showcase I've actually watched before. She's kind of showing off pictures of an office space, though. That's weird. That's okay. Therefore, what will be your path, Wanderer? So this is a point-and-click exploration game. It's available on Windows and Linux. There is a demo available for this one. Point-and-click titles are few and far between nowadays. That's the type of genre that I grew up on, so that'll play to nostalgia for sure, and sounds like a pretty cool title. Some of these look like horror titles as I come downstairs here. Layla. Archivist outside the cage. One memory connects by death. It's a sci-fi novel adventure. Probably more so would have fit in the visual novel area, based on that description. Unneglectable is a adventure 2D action game. This looks a bit like Limbo, actually. It's kind of cool looking. Alright, kind of dig the vibe on that one. It's not really a scary horror game. You turn around are nice. It's a game that guides a girl by turning the stage. Okay. So the stage moves around in circles, it looks like. Okay. It's an interesting concept. Understanding of the Abyss. You become the Abyss. This is an adventure Cthulhu Mythos horror game. It's a 3D exploration adventure game on PC and probably on Steam. It's a Japanese-based publisher or developer. They're going to try to also publish this in English. So that's cool. Alright. Wow, there are a lot here. Escape from the Closed Circle. It's a escape game in 3D voxels. And you have a time limit, it looks like. Have to escape all the rooms. That makes sense. And this one is already available on Android and iOS. We'll head upstairs. Phantom Zone Cryptophagia, an occult science fiction novel game. So another visual novel style title for Windows PC. We got Blooms of Darkness Fall on Android and iOS. Looks like it's like a Choose Your Prince adventure or something like that. Is that what we're doing? No, you're escaping from a labyrinth with the prince. Okay. Yukio is a cyberpunk adventure in a virtual cyberpunk world. It's for PC and consoles. It's going to be in English as well, but it is not coming until next year sometime. I like the visual representation in that one. That one was cool looking. Up next is Graphite, which is another RPG world. Alright, here we are in Graphite, the RPG world. And there is a booth here for Virtual Market 6, which I guess is coming up later this year. I've had a great deal of fun at, I think this is my 4th Virtual Market now. I went to VRChat 4, VRChat 5, a music VRChat, and now this game's VRChat 0. I guess this is showing a little bit of maybe past VRChats. Yeah, that's cool. And it looks like Virtual Market 6 is coming up in August, so I will be there to check that out for sure. We got Mo Curry here. The Mo Curry Project short movie. Okay. I definitely encourage going and exploring this for yourself. It's around for another week or so. You're going to have interest in games that I don't. I'm also starting to run out of time. So we've got Magic Story 2, which is a role-playing game. It's a 3D dungeon RPG. It's called 2, but it's okay if you haven't played the previous game. Okay. It does look like a dungeon exploration game. It says it's for Windows, but those arrows look like it could also be ported to a Android or iOS device, which is good. Over here we've got PN Wars Emojis Tower Defense. An emoji tower defense. Who'da thunk it? Okay. Gravity Sea website, which is an RPG of a lot of adventure, popular with 30s and 40s boys and fantasy series. A boy adventures around the world, a girl in historical drama. Okay. Seven Colors of Irony, a 3D dungeon RPG with voxel art. I can see it right here. It's kind of cool. It's coming to PC. I am a sucker for voxel art, especially now having spent a lot of time in amusement park recreations in Minecraft and other areas. Neat in F5 rolls. Command rolling RPG. Okay. We'll go upstairs. We'll see a few more up here. Sylphid Arcs, which has lots of birds here. There's no title. It's just I'm creating a game with a bird theme. Props to you for creating a game with a bird theme. I love birds. I am one right now, in fact. This is an RPG with no title that apparently came out in 2018. I'm going to go ahead and hit open web just so I can get more information on this one. That's interesting. This is Marchenkana, a fun and amazing game that can be played in about 5 hours. Windows Mac browser. Okay. It looks like an old school JRPG. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to keep going here. Hitofude Dungeon is a roguelite puzzle RPG, 15 to 30 minutes per game. That's something I dig, and it's on the Google Play Store. This looks like fun. This is definitely an old school roguelike. That's very cool. All right. Starting to get exhausted. This has been a long trip through this market. Ah, yes, Magenta, where we started. So instead, here we are at Emission. This is a venue where all the live events, all of the performances are. You can also go to their arcade. There's actually some games in here. So we move over here. There's actual games you can play here within the arcade. Several of them, actually. And there's another exhibit over here. Kind of a photo op. Guilty Gear photo op here. That's cool. Some more ads over here. Looks like some racing cockpit style games over here. This is very cool. And then if we go down in here, it's like a spinning the game Sorry over there. Campfire over there. Very cool chill out area. If we head this way, we go into the club. Yesterday when I came in here, they were actually showing a Fortnite concert on all the screens. I'm in a private instance, but I can actually become Vket Chan Plus here if I wanted to. I'm okay with not doing that. I like being a penguin. Got some electric palm trees there. And then when we head into the venue, you can actually see up here all the tools used by the DJs, which is cool. So this has been a look at, and we're going to go upstairs here to the balcony. This has been an extended look, actually, at Game VCat 0. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't put you to sleep. This going up a spiral staircase in VR is super disorienting. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to chill out. I'll be back with more content later this week. Until next time, get out there and enjoy some VR for yourself. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye now.